Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is March the 14th, 2024. Hopefully, this episode finds you well in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. The workday was pretty busy. You're kind of swamped for some reason. I guess, we were backed up cardboard wise. I don't know. But overall, it was good. It was nice to kind of just be locked in, not really lollygagging too much. Let's see here. Food corner from last night was pasta bolognese, red sauce. You'll love to see it. I had, the side of bread, and then I had some salad, the usual. There's really nothing else to report on the me corner. Oh, I went for a walk the other day. That was nice. Uh, Looking at the weather now, it looks like it's nice. It was a little stormy, but it was like scattered showers type of vibe, I guess. Didn't last long, so that's good. So hopefully I'm gonna take another walk. We'll see. See how I'm feeling after this episode. But yeah, it was nice to get back out there. I'm hoping with starting early with this kind of stuff that it'll yield better results, but time will tell. I definitely got on the scale today at work, and I'm still fat, so but all good. It's all good. I still treated myself today actually with a payday for a little snacky poo, and that was nice. That was also yummy on the food corner tip. But yeah, okay, yeah, enough blabbing about myself. Let me go ahead and do my startup, and then we'll get into some news. I feel like we have a lot today. It's a lot of coverage, so maybe it might be a little bit of a long episode. But we'll see. We'll see how I can get through it. Oh, I feel like I got a burp too. So warning there. Trigger warning. I'm burping. Oh, maybe that was the weakest burp. Oh, it's gonna come back later. There we go. Frog time. Ooh. All right. Our first story comes from ABC News. Survivors of Mediterranean survivors of Mediterranean rescue say about 60 people died on the trip from Libya. Aid group reports. Oh, I'm hacking up a lung. Survivors rescued from a deflating rubber dinghy in the central Mediterranean Sea have reported that some 60 people who have departed Libya with them more than a week ago perished during the journey. The humanitarian rescue group SOS Mediterranean said Thursday. The European charity group Ocean Viking spotted the dinghy with 25 people on board Wednesday. Two were unconscious and were evacuated to the Sicilian island of Lampedusa, some 60 miles to the north, by an Italian Coast Guard helicopter for treatment. The other 23 were in serious condition, exhausted, dehydrated, and with burns from fuel on board the boat. The SOS Mediterranean spokesman Francisco Trezo said that the survivors were all male, 12 of them minors, with two of those not yet teenagers. They were from Senegal, Mali, and Gambia. The UN International Organization for Migration says 227 people have died along the perilous central Mediterranean route this year through March 11th, not counting the new reported missing and presumed dead. That's out of the 279 deaths in the Mediterranean since January 1st. A total 19,562 people arrived in Italy using that route in the period. The survivors said the boat departed Zawiya, Libya, with about 85 people on board, including some women and at least one small child. The motor broke sometime after the departure, and they had been adrift for more than a week. So obviously this is very harrowing. It's very sad. And there's more to add to the story too before I get to the last beat. The Ocean Viking later Wednesday night rescued another 113 people adrift in the international waters off Libya in a wooden boat, including 6 women and 2 children, after being alerted by authorities. Before the Ocean Viking's arrival, a civilian sailing vessel that was the first to arrive distributed live vests to the people. Um, the Ocean Viking has been directed by the Italian authorities to to the port of Ancona and the Central Marsh region, Crezo said. Which leads me to the last thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm kind of annoyed that it doesn't get more coverage. I feel like it does in fits and starts a little bit here and there, but then it's also peppered with but Italy's trying. They're trying to do the best that they can. They are the gateway to this illegal migration route. Blah 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 blah. But humanitarian groups have warned that the far right-led Italian government's policy of assigning ports further north keeps their rescue ships out of waters where they can be saving lives. The government typically has ordered the ships to port after each rescue, punishing groups that conduct other rescues by blocking ships in port for 20 days at a time. The Ocean Viking has been subject to 3 such blocks over 3 months, the most recently from February 8th until a judge lifted the block 10 days later. So that is something to me that is very fucking despicable. And I think that there's probably a lot of European countries that are kind of just silently what are we going to do? It's not like we want them to come here either. And they're just okay with it. And they're not really barking too loud about it. And it's only, the groups that are actually putting themselves on the lines to actually help and save people that are actually speaking out about this, I feel like. So I don't know. It's very disturbing that this is just going to keep happening. And all you're really going to hear from the government's we have to stop human smuggling. We have to stop all this trafficking, da 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 da. And it's you're completely subverting the problem. People are fleeing an either hostile or desperate situation, and you're greeting them in the worst possible way you can. And then not to mention you're trying to stop the people who are trying to help and save people's lives. So, I think that's just clearly fucking evil. But yeah, I saw the story. I wanted to cover it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next bump. From the ABC News, judge throws out 6 counts of Trump's Georgia election interference indictment. A Fulton County judge on Wednesday quashed multiple counts contained in the election interference indictment against former President Donald Trump and several of his co-defendants. The order from Judge Scott McAfee dismissed 6 counts related to a specific charge: solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. That charge specifically relates to Trump's January 2nd, 2021 phone call, aka the perfect phone call, according to Trump, to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, which in part sparked the probe. In that phone call, just to kind of give you a little bit of TDLR, essentially Trump is more or less asking dude to find the votes. I only need I forget what the number was, 11,000, probably way more than that. Let me not even say the number because I'm just gonna be wrong. But just find this number of votes, okay? We just need this many votes. And dude's well, okay, and he doesn't really know what to fucking do. This is the fucking president. I feel like he tries a whole line. I'm, fading out on my memory there. But essentially, this was a big crux of the case, and part of it is now being thrown out. Of the 13 counts Trump faced, 3 of them were tossed by the judge's order. Trump now faces 10 counts in the case. The ruling is a partial win for Trump and several of his co-defendants, who filed to dismiss the counts on the grounds that they were legally deficient. I will say Trump's team, and also, just all of his cohorts, especially because 2 of these are RICO cases, right? If I'm not mistaken, or at least they're bundled in a certain kind of way. Because they're working hard. They're making sure. Actually, this might be the only RICO case. I'm thinking that Georgia has 2 RICO cases that I give a shit about. Yeah, that's right. They have the Young Thug thing and they have the Donald Trump thing. Black and white. But yeah, I think this is a blow, though there is a chance for them. I think they have 6 months to refile. Essentially, the reason given by the judge was that it's too vague. So yeah, Judge McAfee essentially agreed, writing, "They failed to allege sufficient detail and exactly what part of the oath the defendants were allegedly trying to get public officials to violate." He said the lack of detail concerning an essential legal element is fatal. I mean, maybe I'm biased and just dumb and not a lawyer. I kind of disagree, but I can also understand that, like, maybe with the wording and how the prosecution filed it, that it's just too weak. It's not strong enough. It's not specific enough in a way that they can legally defend themselves. So, for that reason, this part is getting tossed. But it is still held together by the overall RICO case. So, I know I've talked shit about how I think RICO's kind of stupid. But, I mean, hey, it's at least holding this down, for now. So we'll see if they're going to file. The DA hasn't really commented yet. Still waiting to hear about the whole Fani Willis, hearing, how that's, going to shake out. Is she still going to be on the case or not, So, yeah, there's this. So this was a dub for Trump. We can talk about one of his L's, though, his losses, if you will. From CNN, March 14th, Trump classified documents case updates. Judge rules against Trump motion. The judge presiding over the classified documents case in Florida denied Donald Trump's motion to dismiss charges based on unconstitutional vagueness. Earlier, the former president was in court as the judge heard arguments on motions to throw out the charges. Trump's attorney said that the law that prosecutors used to charge him was too vague to be used against him. So yeah, yada, yada, yada. That didn't go in his favor. And then let's see here. There's another headline that I just kind of wanted to read. Manhattan DA asked to delay start of Trump's hush money trial, which you could say is a good thing for Trump because he would like to, push these things back as far as he can, delay, at least until, November 5th or whatever. We have the election. Hopefully he wins and he can just kind of clear the board, at least as much of the board as he can of this legal shit, right? So those are the updates for Trump. We can kind of get out of there, move on to some other news. Let's see. I want to drink of water. All right. Cool beans. From The Guardian. California sheriff releases video showing killing of boy 15 holding garden tool. Sorry. The San Bernardino, California sheriff released new body camera footage of the fatal police shooting of 15-year-old Ryan Gaynor, who was holding a gardening tool. I believe it was a 5-foot hula hoe. The Saturday killing of Ryan, who was autistic and having a mental health crisis, sparked national outrage and escalating criticisms, prompting the head of the department, Sheriff Shannon Dickus? We're going to say Dickus, whatever. I'm going to probably bounce around. It might be Dickus. To show reporters additional footage during a Wednesday press conference. The sheriff also revealed that it appeared 2 of the deputies on the scene had fired 3 rounds at Ryan, which I have to say, this is once again because he had a gardening tool in his hand and raised it against them, and they had to kill him according to their logic and training, according to Dickus. But let's keep going. Dickus repeatedly defended the deputies' use of lethal force, at one point referring to Ryan's large stature, a comment that drew immediate backlash from local civil rights advocates. Yeah, fuck this dude. Like, essentially, he's like, oh my god, he was just a big black man. He was so scary. We didn't have enough time to react and get our tasers. We couldn't fight him. So, like, we just killed him. We just plugged him up. It's insane. Y'all already know I'm about to be fucking mad about this shit. Audio of 911 calls and partial clips first released on Monday indicated that a relative called police to report Ryan was breaking things in their house and had attacked his sister. At one point, the call said Gaynor had said he was going to run away. The first 15-second video released showed one deputy arriving at the home in Apple Valley, east of Los Angeles, to find an open front door. A man inside could be heard saying he's got a stick in his hand. And soon after, Ryan appeared to be holding a gardening tool, identified as a 5-foot hula hoop. I said hula hoop, I'm sorry, hula ho. The deputy at the door shouted, "Get back. You're going to get shot." So this is where I already have beef, right? Because like I mentioned, these guys are essentially saying, like, the defense is, we didn't have time to react, right? Like, we had to, we're running on our training. Why is it your training to immediately threaten violence here, to be like, hey, I'm gonna kill you? That, like, I'm just gonna shoot you dead right now. When it's like, you clearly have other tools. You have a taser. I mentioned that. You have pepper spray. Like, what are you saying? And once again, I'm kind of shifting along here, but essentially the defense winds up, it's like, well, you shouldn't expect our officers to have to endure a potential beatdown by a big large man, no, with a threatening tool. And look, I had to Google, because the video from the clips, it's all grainy, not to mention I really couldn't find it. Didn't look super duper hard. I'm not trying to go for that shit. I'm cool. But I don't care if it's one of the spiked ones. I don't care if it's just like a one without. Like, you treated this 15-year-old boy like he was a Resident Evil character that you should be shooting and attacking at, like, just ending their life. Like, this is a person that you're supposed to be helping at the end of the day, protecting and serving. Yes, obviously you were called to, handle the situation. It doesn't mean you were called to be Judge fucking Dredd, dude. Like, and I just hate that this is a time and time again thing that I have to keep coming to and keep talking to you guys about, because it's ever prevalent. I don't know. I can't find the words. Let me see here. I know I got to keep reading. The new release footage captured the moment of the shooting as Ryan moved toward the deputy, although the deputy was running away from Gaynor and facing the other direction. The shooting was not visible on the video. When the deputy and his camera turned back to Gaynor, Gaynor was lying on the ground. Footage from another deputy, who was the second to arrive, captured the deputy shooting Ryan from a distance. Ryan appeared to be holding the tool over his head when he was shot by both deputies. The footage, however, is grainy. Both deputies shot Ryan less than a minute after arriving. You just kind of shoot first and ask questions later, I guess. And within roughly 7 seconds of him appearing in the video, Dickus did not name the deputies. The footage captured Ryan's family members screaming in the aftermath, saying, "Why did you shoot him? Why didn't you tase him? Where are your tasers?" Which I should get to what Dickus said exactly, because I've been paraphrasing it the whole time. Dickus said he did not believe there was an opportunity to use a stun gun or other weapons. The use of a taser in the situation, with the amount of time, or the use of pepper spray, would not have been something we would have been able to react quick enough. Ultimately, we have to stop this problem. Law enforcement officers are not required to be hit over the head with something. What happens when they get incapacitated? The deputies followed through with their training, what their training protocols are. He later said, "Certainly juveniles can be dangerous. He is large of stature. He is physically fit." Like they're describing him like he's Nemesis. Like, just fuck you, go to hell, bro. Just is there more? Ryan Gaynor was a cross-country runner who aspired to be an engineer, his family said. Community organizer Senate Devmont, whose group Always for the People Foundation advocates for families of people killed by police, has been working with relatives and family, and posted old footage of them shared of Ryan speaking in a TikTok video. To all of the viewers, make sure you have a great day. Be the spark and make sure to spread kindness. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating. Man. It's so damn frustrating. Because you know, there's nothing that's going to happen to those officers. Especially how, Mr. Dickus is describing and portraying the events. They're going to be back in the blue, of course. So, Of course, any updates I get, I will keep you posted. Goddamn. Okay. Um, another double shot from the Guardian. This is it's a I will say it's state local for me. It's a little bit of an Ohio story. Um, Real life weekend at Bernie's. Ohio women take dead friend on a bake run. I know I shouldn't laugh. Someone died, but at least this was like of natural causes and not getting blown away. Um, in a case that bears more than a passing resemblance to the plot of the 1989 film Weekend at Bernie's. Two Ohio women have been accused of driving a dead man's body to a bank to withdraw money from his account. Karen Kasbaum, 63, and Laureen Bea Ferrello, 55, were charged Tuesday in an I can't even say it, and I live in the state. I swear to God, I learn a new like area, new town, it gets unlocked to me. Um, like I'm sometimes like on the dating apps and I just see a new place. I'm like, what? Where is this place? What the fuck? But hey, Ohio is big and small at the same time. But it's Tuesday in Ashtabula, with among them other things, gross abuse of a corpse. Police said they received a call Monday that two anonymous women had dropped off a body at a hospital. Later, one of the women contacted the hospital, the Ashtabula County Medical Center, with information on the deceased, identified as Douglas Lehman, 80, of Ashtabula. So I also got to say too, I heard this story today while I was listening to last podcast on the left, Side Stories. Loved that. So of course, my ears perked up. Oh, it's Ohio, and then I hear it's like this. It's just so Ohio story. Like, of course, we're gonna do a little baby weekend at Bernie's action. But yeah, let me dig a little further. Officers went to his house where they spoke to Casbaum and Farrello, who lived with him. They told police that they had found him there dead earlier in the day. Then police alleged, with the help of an unnamed person, they put Lehman's body in the front seat of his car and drove him to a bank with a drive-through window where they took out an undisclosed amount of money from his account. Lehman's body was placed in the vehicle in such a manner that he would be visible to bank staff in order to make the withdrawal, the police chief, Robert Stell, said in a news release on Thursday. Stell said the bank had allowed this previously as long as they were accompanied by him. One of the women had reportedly been in a relationship with Lehman, while the other had been staying with them for a few months. The women claimed they often took money from his account. Then they explain to you what Weekend at Bernie's is. I would suggest that movie. It's very funny if you haven't seen it. It's a 80s banger. But yeah, I mean, hey, I kind of get the logic. It's like, look, we really need the money, and he's gone, and he would have wanted us to have it. Like, what's one quick run to the bank? I'm not. I shouldn't laugh. I know it's a little decrepit, but hey, man, it's hard times, and like whatever the situation was, like he's not gonna use the money anymore. So I get it, ladies. Get your bag. I don't know if there's going to be any charges or anything like that. Also, the autopsy is going to take like 8 months, so you know how that goes. But I will, if I hear anything more about, Weekend at Bernie's 2, Ohio Boogaloo, then I will let you know. Technically, that was the last story, but I wanted to kind of close out talking about TikTok since it's been really big on the social media sphere and in the news. So, I figured, hey, let's yap about that real quick. I need my break. I'm going to take my break. I got snot on my nose. Okay. So, quick little update thingy from CNN. House passes bill that could lead to U.S. TikTok ban. Um, the U.S. passed legislation that could ban TikTok in the U.S. unless the app parts ways with its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. It's a major challenge to one of the world's most popular social media platforms, used by 100 million, I can't count, 170 million Americans. I can't count or read. If enacted, the bill, which passed on a bipartisan 352 to 65 vote, would give TikTok about 5 months to separate from ByteDance, or app stores in the U.S. would be banned from hosting it on their platforms. Let's see here. It's not yet clear what the fate, excuse me, of the measure will be in the Senate. So, sorry, I'm kind of fading out here. I don't know. I'm bummed about this in the sense of like I don't agree with it. Like I don't think that like, oh, China bad, China scary, and not to mention like we care about the kids, because I feel like they always try to run this around. We've talked about this shit like a few times, over the past year or so. And I'm personally of the vibe of like I'm kind of like let them fight, because I'm not a big TikTok guy at the end of the day. I'm old enough and out of touch enough where I'm like I don't use TikTok, so it's not like it's something that affects me. But I'm also of the mind of like this isn't right. Like I don't believe that we should be like trying to ban this specific thing because it's owned by another country that we deem our competitor, the word we're using there. Yeah, it's like and I love it. Like we'll like throw out how like they're communists. Oh, the CCP controlled TikTok app, and it's like technically they've come out and like said, hey, like yes, we are a Chinese company, but like we firewall protect our content, yada yada yada. I really don't want to get too in the weeds on this, if I'm honest, mainly because this is the House passing it, and y'all know I hate this shit because of course it's like, okay, this is relevant news, it's very important, but we have to see what's going to happen in the Senate. You know what I mean? Biden has said that like if it comes onto his desk, he will sign it. Though it's mentioned that it's like, hey, didn't you like recently make a TikTok? Like that's crazy. That's crazy of you to like be on TikTok and then saying like, hey, I'm also down to ban TikTok, even though they're also saying, hey, this isn't a ban. We want you guys to sell it off. Trying to think. Oh, then there's Donald Trump. We talked about him earlier. We'll talk about him now. He was anti TikTok. Then he's kind of backed off, and especially since he sat down with Jeff Yas, who is a big, I believe, like stockholder or whatever of TikTok, and they had this sit down, and then post that sit down, Donald Trump has had a little bit of a change of heart, saying like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't come after TikTok. Maybe Facebook is a problem." And it's like, see, like at the end of the day, you guys just hate tech, and like, don't get me wrong. I mean, tech is kind of whack. I talk about the perils of that bullshit too. But I don't know. I don't like this idea of saying yes, we should go after TikTok. TikTok is the problem, and also I understand that people who are on TikTok who do use TikTok like to make money for entertainment. I cringe a little when people say that this is their source of news when they use TikTok. I kind of would cringe if you said I'm your only source of news too, but I would love that. That would make me smile. That being said, like, hey, I'm glad that people are getting any kind of news in infotainment out of TikTok, and that would be a shame if that got deprived from them because they're like, oh, but what about communist China? So, like I said, I'll keep you posted. There's one more thing I wanted to say here. Pornhub, I think, got banned in Texas. Literally just kind of freestyling here. I'm going to look it up. We'll just read this real quick. Variety. Pornhub disables website in Texas over age verification law. So, man, times are crazy, huh? That seems like one of the most Texas things I could ever tell you. But obviously, boo, Texas, tomato. I might have an update about that, but I really just wanted to cram this all in here, and we did it under 30 minutes. Yay! Okay, cool. That's it. That's all. No mas. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. I shout you out at the top of the month. Plug a project if you'd like. Free ways to hit me up. IsaiahNews1 at gmail.com. And then I'm on all the socials that you're on. The podcast is not on TikTok, but I'm on TikTok. I might not answer because I don't go on there, but I'm there. But yeah, on the other ones, you can definitely find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Okay, I gotta stop. Fuck. Anyway, hopefully you're subscribed to the YouTube. Really helps out a lot. Hit that like button. And then you can do that on all the platforms, and you can share, and you can leave all the stars. Yeah. Hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.